like, Victor, chop down that motherfucking tree. Because what the hell we never got from that tree that was good? Your alcoholic daddy? Baby, the cop inching towards him, put her hand on her little banana, because that's what it might as well be. Ain't no bullets in. Put her hand on her little banana on her hip. Hello, beautiful people. I am Nikki, and in today's video, I will be discussing Season 3, Episode 9 of the series Fromily. We are nearing the end of the road. Somebody cue Boys to Men. We have one episode left. That is this Sunday. And as a reminder, I did talk to you guys about if you would be interested in doing a season finale live watch along. And that is exactly what we will be doing this Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Time. We will be doing a live from season finale watch along. Of course, they air the episode or drop the episode at like midnight. But baby, who getting on here at midnight? Okay, 2 o'clock I feel like is a really good time for everyone. I also have some special guests that will be joining me for the watch along. So this will be really fun, really exciting. I mean, something to jazz up the season finale, because I don't have high hopes. Let me know in the comments, how are you feeling going into the season finale of season 3? Are you excited? Are you looking forward to it? Do you think that it is going to be like an epic 5-star episode? Like, where are you? Let's temperature check how you are feeling about the upcoming season finale of From. But see, I have played this game. I have played this game twice before. We know the formula. They're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger. Like, we know the game. They're gonna be talking in riddles. If you enjoyed my commentary so far this season, and if you are just discovering me on this video and you enjoy what I have to say about the episode, please make sure you do all the things. Like the video, dislike the video, child, drop down, leave a comment, whatever you feel like. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you if you are subscribed. Thank you for watching the videos, for the engagement. I truly, truly appreciate it. Now let's get into episode 9. We are going to start with Boyd and Ellis. Of course, they left Fatima in that shack, and Ellis is feeling like, I'm not going back to town without her, because of course once they went back to that shack, Fatima was nowhere to be found. She just wasn't there. And while they are talking and walking in the woods, Boyd's Parkinson's is suddenly back. I've been asking what happened to it. He stumbles, his hand is messing up. I was actually having this conversation with my mother. Everybody gets cured here in the From. Everybody heals fast here in the From, except for Boyd. And I kind of have a little conspiracy theory that Boyd really isn't suffering from Parkinson's disease. I think it's the From doing something to him, but that's just my speculation, because I mean, Tilly Cancer got cured in the From, Ethan got stabbed, Ellis got stabbed. Like, we know that something with the From heals us physically. Now Boyd and Ellis get back to the sheriff's station, and he goes to try to talk to Ellis about, I have to go ring the bell, it's getting dark. Baby, when Boyd said that, I said, baby, are you still ringing that bell? Let's be real, y'all. Why the hell is Boyd still ringing that bell? These folks don't know the drill by now. Like, we have all been here long enough, except for that cop and Henry that just got here. But baby, we know the drill. Like, everybody has pretty much been here long enough to know. And you know what? Even if you just got here 2 days ago, baby, you know it's getting dark. Let me get my behind in a house. Let me get my behind like somewhere enclosed with a totem. Boyd ends up taking this time to finally tell Ellis about his diagnosis, and that Christy knows, Kenny knows. And I was kind of like, I need Boyd to kind of go off on Ellis when he says, you should have told me. Baby, Ellis, you are always checked out. You are always distant from your father. Like, what do you mean he should have told you? I'm confused. You've been like living like life is roses with you and Fatima over there in Colony House, swimming in the pond, smoking weed, having a good time. Like, everything is roses, and he is absolutely has always been distant from his dad. Like, what do you mean he should have told you? I really feel like Ellis always has his head in the clouds with Fatima. Like, what do you mean? But we go into how the Parkinson's is getting worse, and then Boyd takes this time to be like, okay, I have something else to tell you. I guess since like he finally has Ellis' ear for real, he's like, you know what, let me just get everything out. And he tells Ellis about the events that went down in the barn with T Chin, and exactly how things played out, that the monsters like held him and made him watch T Chin get killed, and how they specifically said they want to break Boyd. And that's when he goes into, if their objective is to break me, what if this whole thing with Fatima with the baby is, you know, he's thinking like, this is my fault because they're going to try to use Fatima and you and this baby to break me. And Ellis is kind of like, no, Dad, this isn't because of you. But right on time, as Boyd is talking about this place using Fatima and the baby to try to break him, there is a creature that knocks on the glass window. Now, right before she knocks, Boyd is saying how like Ellis doesn't know that this isn't his fault, that this isn't something the creatures or the From orchestrated to break him, that we don't know anything. Tilly is dead. Baby, that creature was knocking on that window like, you doing okay in there, Boyd? Like, you doing okay? I just found that to be such crazy timing that the second Boyd is talking about these creatures trying to break him, that the creature's like, hey, you doing okay? Let's do a temperature check on Boyd. Let's see if we are getting close to breaking him yet. And baby, when I tell you, I have been very adamant this season, even though I've been let down with the writing of the character of Boyd. I have been very adamant that Boyd is not losing it. Boyd is not close to breaking, because that seems to be the consensus of the town, of Donna, of Ellis. When Boyd wanted to make his plan to capture a creature, and they was all talking about how it was just like the dumbest thing, and I was sitting here like, no, actually, I think that's pretty smart. Let's get to know our enemy. Let's play in like a smart way to go about it. But I don't think that was stupid. I don't think throwing fire into the damn tunnels for them creatures was stupid. Like, no, let's be proactive. Let's do something. I have not been of the mind that Boyd is losing it. I think he's a great leader. I don't think there is any person in this town that could step up and be a leader like Boyd. But in this moment, Boyd goes over to the window, pulls a gun on the baby, the gun, boy, don't catch whatever it is that cop has. That gun can't do nothing. You might as well be holding a banana in your hand, pointing it at that creature. Literally, Boy goes to the window, pulls the gun on the creature. He's like, shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. And this is what I'm like, boy, baby, Boyd. It's only been 2 times I had to really Boyd. That was when baby said something about my town, and I'm like, Boy, calm down. Boy, baby, your town. And this moment right here, like, Boy, why are you even doing this? Like, especially when you know the objective and what they are trying to do. They told you. When you went to tell the From King Kong ain't got nothing on me, they said, oh, bet. Like, you already know the game, Boy. Why would you even do that? Now, let's move away from Boyd and Ellis just for a bit, because we have some more stuff with them that's going to converge with some other characters. But let's jump to Victor, Sarah, and Tabitha. And of course, we know they went to the church. They were trying to unlock Victor's memory. He was able to remember that it wasn't Jasper that told the secrets to Christopher, but it was the boy in white. And Victor, once unlocking the memory that he was the one who told his mother about going into the tree, which led her to traipse off into the woods and lose her life, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little confused on those events, which we already know. We have known well before season 3 that Victor is unreliable. He has so much trauma. His memory is so scrambled. But when we get a flashback, I'm gonna jump ahead in the episode, but when we get a flashback of Victor, as a child, with his mother leaving him and his little sister in the root cellar so she can go to the faraway tree. It's daytime. You see light when she leaves them in there. However, we get a flashback because we've seen this flashback in the root cellar with the mom and the little sister quite a few times. But we have never actually, to my recollection, we have never actually seen Miranda get killed. So in this episode, we get a flashback of Miranda out in the woods going to the tree. The smiley creature attacks her, and we don't see him actually kill her or rip into her. He kind of like tackles her. That's all they show us. But it's nighttime. And initially I was thinking, you know the game, Miranda. Why would you be out here at night? Why isn't this something you would do in the daytime? But she did leave the kids in the daytime to go do this. So I'm not clear on, because it wouldn't take that much time to get to that tree where you have lost all daylight. So I'm like, what's the gap in the events of leaving her kids in the cellar and running off to get in a tree and try to save the kids? But with Victor like being upset, saying he doesn't want to remember anymore, Tabitha's like, you have to remember, it could help us. And Victor pretty much just goes into like shutting down. Like, my mother would have never gone if I hadn't, said something. I don't want to remember anymore, because now he has the guilt of feeling like he got his mother killed. Now, something weird happens here. Tabitha touches Victor's arm, and like something weird happens. We don't actually see like flash or anything. She just kind of, it's like a weird moment that happens. And I'll get more into that later because it just really didn't make any sense to me. But we end up seeing Victor at Colony House in his bedroom, throwing stuff out of the window, saying how he kept these things because he thought they could help, but all they do is hurt. He wants them all gone. Now Kenny and the cop ends up running up the stairs. And as they're running up, Victor is coming out of his room trying to run down. And he's like, the cop is like blocking him, not letting him go. He's like, get out of my way. And the cop is like, not till you calm down. Babe, when I tell you, I cannot stand this cop, to the point that I don't even acknowledge that lady got a name. She's just cop. Like, literally, I'm just calling her cop. I am not saying that, like, she's not worth the name, because first of all, I'm hoping she's finna be dead in the season finale and we don't even have to worry about her name no more. But she is just such a stereotypical like cop character, like just so obsessed with having authority. Like, it's irking my nerves. I'm running down the stairs in a huff. Why do I need to calm down? Why do I need to walk calmly down the stairs? Why do I need to be calm? And I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not doing anything to anybody. Why exactly do I need to calm down? Like, I'm so confused on why she's blocking his way and not letting him go till you calm down. Why? So Victor pushes back like, I said, get out of my way. And Kenny pretty much moves the cop out of Victor's way. And both Kenny and the cop, I just didn't understand why we didn't just let Victor be. He's not doing anything to someone. But I can more so understand Kenny's way of handling this, where he's not blocking Victor, he's not stopping him, not trying to get in his way, but he is saying like, what's going on, like all this stuff. Now Victor goes down the stairs, goes to the kitchen, gets an axe. Baby, the way everybody jumped back, I'm gonna be honest, I was sitting here like, baby, y'all being melodramatic as hell. Y'all being melodramatic as hell. Victor has been here longer than every single solitary person here, which means that there isn't one person who has been here and Victor hasn't been here. Like, y'all have known Victor since you've been here, even if you don't know him, because he don't interact with y'all. But my thing is, does Victor have a reputation for hurting anyone? Does Victor have a reputation for bothering anyone? The most Victor done did was pull out the hammer, pull out the burner on Randall when he was about to snatch up a goat. What has Victor done to hurt anybody? What has Victor done to make these people be so scared? If I see somebody picking up an axe, I'm not finna just like, oh, you getting an axe. You must be finna use it for something. Like, what you finna do? Like, nothing about his demeanor was threatening, was going. Y'all was actually bothering him. He wasn't bothering nobody. He was minding his business. When I tell you, Victor was minding his damn business. He goes to grab the axe. You could see he trying to walk out. He's not walking towards anybody. He is literally trying to walk out. Everybody jumps back. Kenny's like, Victor, put that down. Again, why the fuck do I need to put the axe down? Why do I need to put... See, this whole... and I don't like... It's like we're really like in a mode of like policing people, right? And I'm like, where did this come from? Like, yes, we have always had rules and regulations and stuff that keep us like safe. Everybody has, well, used to have seemingly like a job, a purpose, like something going on. I get that. We used to have the box, and like you can't do things that endanger other people, but this just felt so much like y'all are literally just like really policing this man, and it was really irking me because Victor was just minding his business. The same thing everybody do all day. When y'all used to be up in there in Colony House hunching in front of everybody and doing all kind of drugs, like y'all was able to do whatever the hell y'all wanted to do. So once he's told to put the axe down, Victor's like, I'm not gonna hurt nobody. You're scaring people. I don't give a, but baby, Victor say they should be scared. What you mean I'm scaring people? They should be scared. Baby, you're in the From. You should be scared. You should always be scared. And Victor was like, no one is scared enough. And I'm saying like, babe, when I tell you, I don't care what these writers do, baby, you can never make me hate Victor. Victor the only one with some motherfucking sense. Victor the only one with some... I will always be team Victor. Scared? I'm scared. Baby, you should be scared. You're not scared enough. Victor's like, please just let me go. Baby, when that cop started walking towards him, I was like, Victor, please just put that axe on her neck. Like, I'm sorry, but she was getting on my nerve. He literally said, I'm not going to hurt anyone. Let me go. Baby, the cop inching towards him, put her hand on her little banana, because that's what it might as well be. Ain't no bullets in. Put her hand on her little banana on her hip. I'm saying like, bitch, what is you grabbing? Like, what are you doing? I don't know, y'all. Am I missing something? I just really don't see why this was so melodramatic. They act like Victor was about to walk off her legs. Like, they was really going crazy. They act like Victor walked in there about to massacre everybody. Like, this was so weird to me. Like, I was saying like, baby, what's not connecting for me? What am I not getting? Like, who cares if he's angry, if he's not calm? Why does he have to be calm? Why can't he be angry? Why can't he throw his stuff out his window? He wasn't throwing it at nobody. Like, I'm just like, baby, we're in the From. We got bigger problems. Like, what the hell are we doing? Victor going to try to leave, and the cop is like, you can leave, but, if you tell me what you need to ask for. I'll be like, bitch, I ain't telling you nothing. But he just going to say, I'm going to go chop down the tree. And then he goes out the door. So Victor goes to try to chop down the bottle tree. And when I tell you, I'm of the mind, baby, chop the tree down. Chop the tree down. I'm just so like, since we have moved away from Boyd catching a creature and like tossing some gasoline, we are always just reacting to stuff in the From. I'm ready for us to like really just do something. Let's see some cause and effect. Like, let's be proactive. I'm like, baby, chop the tree down. Chop the tree down. Let's see what happened. Good, bad, indifferent. Let's just do. Like, I don't know. I'm just so annoyed with us just kind of just reacting to everything. And I'm like, we've been here. We had this conversation when we thought Boyd was going to capture the creature, but Victor goes to try to chop the bottle tree down, and this is when a boy in white pops up. And this really solidified for me, Victor chopped that motherfucking tree down. I do not trust the boy in white. I have said that. I've said everything is the From. Nothing is working for our good. It is all some kind of game that this entity is playing. Like, you think something is on your side, but it's really not. I think the boy in white is evil. I do. I'm like, Victor, chop down that motherfucking tree. Because what the hell we ever got from that tree that was good? Your alcoholic daddy? Like, so this is another moment of the From doing what the From does. And it talks in circles and it talks in riddles. And the boy in white pops up to try to stop Victor from cutting down the tree. He's like, you can't, it's important. And once Victor is like, why won't you help us? Like, tell me something. Oh, I tried with Christopher. Baby, you tried with one person? Real, out of all the people, like, that's it. That's it. You just gonna try with that one person, and then now it's just like, what, nothing. And he goes to say, like, I think you need to learn for yourself. Well, how are they doing learning for themselves, Boy and White? How do you think it's going exactly? How long has poor Victor been stuck in this town while you want everybody to learn for themselves? And the Boy and White is going into, it's the only way you'll understand. And then we go into a rehash of talking about things changing. Like, we've already went through things changing and being different when Victor motherfucking was measuring a tree. Like, we've actually rehashed this quite a bit, but we go into how the Boy in White looks different. All of these years he's always stayed the same. Why are you changing? And the Boy in White says everything's changing now. Again, redundant, rehashing, and not giving us anything new when we rehash the whole changing conversation that we've had quite a few times. But with the whole everything's changing now, you know, of course Victor wants to know, is that a bad thing? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, can you tell me? How can I help them? Like, you're supposed to be my friend. I feel so bad for Victor. I just really feel like this Boy in White is not your friend, but that's just my speculation. That's just where I'm at with it. But the Boy in White goes to say, I am your friend. When I tell you the way he said, I am your friend, I don't know, it sounded evil. It sounded evil to me. It sounded like the devil on your shoulder saying, I am your friend. Like, I don't know, it sounded real off to me. But the Boy in White just pretty much says, don't cut down that tree, and then he just disappears. Like, you literally only popped up to tell me not to cut down this tree, not give me any, like, I'm still spiraling, confused, guilt, want to help the people. Like, I'm still in the same spot I was in before you popped your little tail up. Why is you here? What I want to know is, why the hell the Boy in White didn't pop up on some real ish? Why he didn't pop up and tell Victor where Fatima at so she won't have this demon baby? Like, why you ain't come up here and do some real ish instead of just popping up, talking in circles, talking in riddles, talking about don't cut down the tree, it's important, but don't tell us why it's important. Like, why didn't you pop up with some real ish, like with some real help? And if we're supposed to learn on our own, because like it's the only way, we have to learn for ourselves, then why even pop up and say don't cut down the tree? Wouldn't whatever happens when he cut down the tree be part of him learning for himself? Like, it just ain't make no sense to me. Now the next time we see Victor, he is standing in the corner, like literally standing in the corner like he had to do when he was 4 years old. Like, he is literally standing in the corner of the root cellar like he in a found footage horror movie. Like, that's literally what popped into my head. Like, baby, what are you doing? It was so ridiculous. He was wasn't just like standing in the middle of the room, just standing in the root cellar, like standing in the corner, like facing a wall. I was like, Vic, what the heck? Like, what are we doing? Like, he was literally just standing there. Now let's get to Julie, Jim, Ethan, and Tabitha at the clinic with Christy and getting into trying to help her and figure out what's going on with everything that happened with Julie. And Christy is saying like, okay, tell me what happened. And, you know, on brand, Julie really doesn't say anything. She doesn't actually say what happened. She's like, oh, nothing. I just had a weird dream. That's all. And I just feel like, so you were literally just walking, holding your brother's hand, and then you just had a weird dream. Like, girl, if you don't motherfucking tell them what the heck is going on. But Jim is asking Julie, like, why was her and Ethan out there? And she's like, oh, well, I went out there with Randall. And baby, the first thing Jim does, I'll be right back. And I'm just like, Jim, you work like clockwork. Like, you did not learn anything from your discussion last episode with Jade and Henry. Because once again, you are leaving your family to talk to someone else about your family. Like, if you care so much about your family, talk to your motherfucking family. Like, it just irks me so bad. Your daughter is in need, and your knee-jerk reaction is to hop your ass over to somebody else and leave her side. The second he hears about Randall, he's like, I'll be right back. And you know where he's going. So we see Randall in his room, and he's in the midst of his little cicada episode, child. And I was literally sitting here and we saw this episode because you saw Jim say, "I'll be right back." You know where he going. And you see Randall in here going crazy with the cicadas. And I'm just like, it would be so great if he would just kill Jim. Like, if he's in the midst of like this cicada mania and, you know, ain't really got his bearings. So he just like stabbed, like, you know, like we stabbed Tilly. Like, please just kill Jim. But literally the cicadas stop as soon as Jim knocks. What's the rhyme or reason for that? Like, why? And it's not like they don't pop up when another person is around, because they popped up when Julie was right next to him. Like, I'm just like, why do they just magically disappear the second that Jim shows up? They also magically disappeared when it happened on the bus when Boyd showed up. Like, why? Like, I don't understand. Like, why does it stop and start? What's the rhyme or reason? But Jim goes into, what were you and Julie doing out in the woods? What did she say we was doing? I'm asking you, baby. The way baby, go ask your daughter. Like, go ask your daughter. Like, if you, I'm not, like, we have no ties. I don't owe you an explanation. Go talk to your daughter. Like, it just irks my nerves. Like, I don't care how much your child isn't telling you something, or your wife. It's not on me to tell you anything. You better go talk to them, baby. And maybe if you weren't such a psychopath, they would maybe open up and tell you stuff. I'm just, this was just annoying me. But Randall was pretty much kind of fed up with the conversation. And he goes into, what my advice? Go get the van. Teach your kid how to drive, because there's nothing you can do about the rest. None of us are getting out of here alive. And when I tell you, that is where I'm at. I'm literally right there with Randall. Like I said, I don't know if the show has the guts to end on a downer and not give like a happy conclusion to the full story whenever, you know, they're like from is over. But that's literally how I feel. Like, nobody's making it out of here alive. Like, but of course Jim goes to say, I don't accept that. And literally the second he said that, I'm like, well, baby, what have you been doing in 9 episodes to get out of here and go home? Since you don't accept that you're not making it out of here, what exactly have you done in 9 episodes to get out of here? Nothing. Now we end up seeing Tabitha and Jim. Since Julie is staying overnight at the clinic, the family is staying overnight. And this is when Jim goes into, I haven't been doing a very good job. What you're doing, if there's a chance it could get us home, I'm in. No more second guessing. Baby, the way this came out the blue. The way this came out the mother freaking blue. What's the catalyst for him suddenly not being a huge imbecile? For him suddenly not trying to strong arm every person in his family and treat Tabitha like a child. Because what Henry said? Like, all of a sudden, he's just making a full 360 turn. Is it a 360 turn or a 180 turn? Y'all, I be so confused about them things. But, like, now, all of a sudden, Jim wants to be what? A team player? So, this episode pretty much finds Jim going on this campaign of righting his wrongs. Please tell me he finna die. Because you know you have those little telltales when the character, we got to do one last job and then I'm going to get out the game. When the character go pack up their stuff to finally leave town. When the character go have heartfelt moments and make amends. Like, you know those moments. Well, that means the character is finna die. And that's what this feels like. And woo, I feel giddy. I would be so happy. And I'm sorry if you like Jim, but I need to see him die in like a gruesome way. Like, I need him to die screaming, I can't stand Jim. Y'all can even give Jim some kind of redemption where he died for somebody. Like, he saved somebody in his family or his whole family. I don't even care about that. I just want him to die. Now, the first family of From goes to the diner. We see the bus driver running the diner. I was literally just talking to Tyra from Struggle Reviews TV. If you're not familiar, go check her out about this episode yesterday. And babe had to get into the conversation of how come only minorities be working in this damn diner? Why is only baby? Why y'all got the bus driver in the kitchen with an apron on? Like, y'all have not given this bus driver a mother freaking thing to do since she got into the mother freaking town. Haven't given her anything to do. She has had quick little 45-second scenes Boyd, you remind me of my sister. Cut scene. Boyd, I'm gonna have your back next time. Cut scene. Kenny, I wanted to talk to you about opening diner. Cut scene. My grandmother used to sing this song. Cut scene. Y'all ain't got to let nothing do the whole motherfucking season. Last season too, child. Like, whenever she came in, y'all ain't got to let nothing to do. Oh, but now I guess we found the purpose for the bus driver. Now we see Sarah finally put this ornament together. Of course, we know that when Kenny was having his little hissy fit, he knocked all of Sarah's stuff out of her hands in the middle of the street, broke the ornament her brother gave her, and she had spent quite a bit of time trying to piece it together. The motherfucking second she pieced it together, all of a sudden she hearing voices again. And I have literally been saying, hey, whatever happened to that? I thought Sarah was connected to this place. It was burning stuff in her arm. Did it just suddenly stop talking to her? What's been happening with that? Like, we just popped that back in. No rhyme or reason as to why the voices suddenly came back at this moment. No rhyme or reason as to, is it connected to putting the ornament together? Is it not connected? Is that just coincidence? Like, nothing. But the voices come back to Sarah. And literally in the moment when this was happening, I was like, baby, if this place is telling you to do something, please go straight to Boyd. Please go straight to Boyd. So cut to Ellis and Boyd. Of course, Ellis wants to go looking for Fatima, but Sarah ends up rushing in, and she's like, is Fatima okay? She's missing, isn't she? Baby, the way Ellis bucked up on her, I'm like, Ellis, if you don't sit your $5 ass down before the front makes change, like, y'all, I can't with Ellis. Like, I literally cannot with Ellis. Like, baby, you are so useless. You don't do ish. How dare you buck up on this girl who ain't did nothing to you? She ain't did nothing to you, Ellis. Like, bad, calm down. Boyd goes to like get him to calm down, go to tell Sarah, tell me what's going on. And Sarah says, I heard the voices last night for the first time since we were, at the ruins. They said Fatima didn't leave on her own. Something took her. They want you to know she's close and she's afraid. They were laughing because they know you won't find her in time. They want you to know you can't save her. Baby, when I tell you, all I could think was, because they going to doing a search party, baby, why we ain't listen to what Sarah said? Because Sarah told us she's close. And baby, y'all just having nature walks, traipsing through the woods. Baby, Sarah said she close. Baby, Sarah said she close. She close. Let's cut to Colony House and Donna because everyone is about to converge together. Donna's at Colony House having a flashback to Fatima's whole anniversary, and she ends up going to Boyd. Well, no, I think Boyd came to her. I can't remember, child. Donna came to Boyd. Boyd came to her, baby. It's Boyd and Donna. They're having a conversation. And I think Boyd started to say something, and then Donna cut him off and was like, I'm not going to say anything about what Fatima did. I'm not going to say anything about what she did because of what she means to people here. Her spirit, her light. I don't think people could take it. I don't think I could take it. Boyd ends up letting her in on the fact that Fatima has disappeared. Sarah heard the voices again, and he relays to Donna everything that Sarah said. So that's when Donna says we need to ring the bell, round up the town, and Boyd ends up getting everyone together, telling them Fatima is missing. We're asking for a search party. When I tell you, this was kind of annoying me though, because I felt like, first of all, the whole town treats Sarah like a piranha. They treat her as if the From don't F with people's minds. They treat her as if she's evil and like just wanted to hurt and kill people. I felt like if you're going to involve the town, baby, involve the town. Obviously, don't tell them about Fatima stabbing Tilly and all that stuff. But I'm just like, if you're going to involve the town, involve the town. Especially after Tilly gets killed and Donna makes it clear to you, they're going to blame Sarah whether she did it or not. The way I wanted Boyd to come up here, and especially after we had the conversation with Donna about how the townspeople don't really trust you no more, and they won't just accept what happened with Tilly and Fatima just because you told them to, the way they accepted Sarah back into the town. The way I wanted Boyd to stand up in front of these people and say, Fatima has gone missing. Y'all, I know y'all had, you questioned, didn't understand when I did not, when I let Sarah stay here. I didn't put her in the box. I knew what she did and I kept it secret. I know y'all didn't understand. But like I told y'all before, everything I do is for everyone, for this whole town's safety. And Sarah is connected to this place whether y'all like it or not. And guess what? I made the right decision because of Sarah, we know that Fatima is missing and this place took her. The place could have killed Tilly. Like, I'm sorry, I'm finna go all the way with the line. I'm gonna drop Tilly up in there. Because somebody in the crowd does say, whoever took Fatima, is that who killed Tilly? Boy, like, we don't know. Boy, if you gonna lie, baby, lie. Like, if you gonna lie, lie. The way I wanted him to say, this is why y'all need to stop questioning me. I know what I'm doing. If I would have took Sarah out, we would have never known what happened to Fatima. If I would have listened to y'all and put her in the box, we would have never known that this place took Fatima. And Fatima is alone. She's scared. She's somewhere close by. And we need a search party. Baby, I wanted Boy to really, like, boy, baby, you can tell you ain't no liar. Boy, you don't know how to lie, baby. Because I'm like, boy, I need you to spin a tale. I need you to spin a motherfucking tale, okay? Lie to these folks like the government be lying to people. Like, you gotta know how to motherfucking spin. Get the people going. But he pretty much just, Fatima's missing. We're asking for a search party. It's no shame if you don't want to be involved. The town wants to break us. F the town. Like, okay, whatever. It was a little mid speech, but I think my speech would have been better. First of all, give Sarah her credit so they could stop treating her like they treating her. But let's just be clear, y'all. There was no search party. Nobody was searching for Fatima. They were all just paired up having nature walks and conversation. And the second we got here, I literally knew where the episode would go. They were literally just on leisurely walks through the woods. Like, they were literally walking so motherfreaking slow and leisurely. Baby, this ain't how you search. Baby, this ain't how you search. And y'all, this is why I said, why didn't Boyd and Ellis and Donna really pay attention to what Sarah said about Fatima being close? One thing that makes absolutely no sense to me is that nobody went to the root cellar. And of course, we have events to get to involving Tabitha and Victor, but nobody took it upon themselves to go over there. First of all, the root cellar is close to town. The root cellar is close to town. It ain't like it's far out. Like, if we're searching, what, like, yeah, well, that's why I said this was not a search party. Y'all do not know how to search. And it wasn't an organized search. It was just say, everybody pair up. All right. And then everybody just walked off. No, you're supposed to say, okay, everybody pair up. But hey, you, this crew, you take this section. This crew, you take that section. Let's make sure we cover all ground. I'm saying, like, boy, weren't you in the motherfucking Navy? Military? Whatever. You was in the military. You don't understand how to conduct a search party. I have watched enough CSI, motherfucking, no, I ain't never watched CSI. What it is I used to watch? Criminal Minds. I don't watch enough Criminal Minds and, like, all the little law section of TV, cop section of TV, FBI section of TV. I know how to conduct a search, baby. You have to make sure you cover ground. How is it that nobody went over there to that section where that root cellar is? And I absolutely get that people don't know that root cellar is there, but that's the point of a search party. You just cover the ground. Somebody should have been over there. Like, when Elgin is sneaking in that root cellar, you can literally see the houses. Like, it's not that far from town. When he was taking Fatima to the root cellar, she even made the comment, are we supposed to be this close to town? Like, we're literally not that far. It makes no sense that nobody searched that area. Also, we were told Fatima was taken and being held. Why the fuck are we traipsing through the middle of the woods? Do you think she's just sitting under a tree? You think they just had her tied up laying in the motherfucking leaves? Like, why are we not checking places that you could put someone? Y'all, this whole search made me so annoyed because it was the most half-ass search. It wasn't even a half-ass search. It was the most search party I've ever seen in my life. Literally, I feel like I can get a group of 10-year-olds together who would search better than this. You know how you was a kid and your mom used to tell you to go in the room and find something, and you'll be like, I don't see it. And she used to say, you don't just look with your eyes, you gotta move stuff. Like, baby, you don't even know how to go look. Like, y'all don't know how to look. And what none of these people raised with no black mama. Because the black mama gonna teach you how to motherfucking look. You don't walk into the room and just look with your eyes and say, mama, I can't find it. Because she gonna tell you to go back in there and move stuff around because she know it's in there. This was just so frustrating because it was just the most non-search I'd ever seen. Now, once we end up pairing people off, this was also nonsensical. And I really would like to be a fly on the wall in the writer's room, because I'm just like, baby, nobody realized how this stuff literally just isn't logical. Like, it literally just isn't logical. Before everyone splits off, Boyd and Ellis talk to each other, and Boyd is like, it's better if one of us finds her. Let's split up. Boyd goes pairing up to search with Kenny. Elgin goes over to Ellis, and they pair up. Now, wait a minute. Hold on now, child. This makes no sense, because if it's best for one of us to find her, then why are we searching with other people who would also be involved in finding her if we are paired with them and we find her? Because Boyd is literally like, it'll be too many questions. Okay, what about the questions Elgin would have? What about the questions that Kenny would have? Wouldn't y'all two need to search together if it's best that y'all find her because other people will have questions? Y'all, I just thought this ain't made no damn sense. I really thought this ain't make no mother freaking sense. Why are we searching with other people who don't know the whole secret of Fatima if finding her is going to cause questions and it needs to be us that finds her? Excuse me, sir? Like, y'all, I don't know. Is it just me? Is it just me? Now, Donna ends up paired up with the cop searcher. Again, doing everything but search. Now, Donna did feel like she was trying to like look like she was searching, but when I tell you, the cop was doing everything but search. The cop just going on into, I don't understand you people. I'm a good cop. I could be an asset here. Bitch, then go look. Since you such a good cop, why don't you go find a girl then? You got a missing person, and all you doing is yapping about how people ain't telling you stuff, and you not being, you know, you got assets and all. I'm just saying, like, well, bitch, find her then. Since you such a good cop, go track her. Like, I just was literally like, girl, why is you running your mouth? Just do. Like, just do. We didn't ask for your resume. Show and prove then. Go find her. Like, I can't stand this lady. Like, you talking about you're so good at your job, then stop running your mouth and find the missing girl. Ain't that what cops supposed to do? Ain't cops supposed to find missing people? Then bitch, stop talking about what you good at and go find her then. Like, the cop literally wasn't looking. She was just walking through the woods, complaining to Donna about how nobody tells her stuff. I know something up. It's something you ain't tell. Y'all won't tell me stuff. And y'all, why in the world did Donna tell this cop that they'll talk after the search? The fuck you mean talk after the search? Donna, we ain't telling this lady nothing. Like, Donna, girl, you better keep the motherfucking secret, especially from motherfucking the cop. Y'all, this cop is so obnoxious and annoying and like just so ready to dive into the bullish of the dive into stuff that she don't even know what she's getting herself into. Like, you don't even know anything. Like, girls, calm down. You want to be involved in issue. You don't even know what you're getting yourself into. It just irks me so bad. She wants to be involved so bad, talking about how she could be so useful when, baby, the only thing you've done since you got here is literally be the opposite of useful. You have literally been quite the opposite of useful since you got here. Reaching for the useless gun, dealing with Victor, and it just grinds my gears so bad just from a writing standpoint that they had her go so, I'm talking about, y'all, that shit was over the top. They had her go so hard with Boyd about wanting that gun, toss that man home like she was tossing a nigga cell, all in his face, and all of a sudden she's just never bringing it up again. All of a sudden she just okay. So all she wanted was the empty gun. That sufficed. Like, literally, she went that hard just for the empty gun. Like, really? Now she just doesn't have attitude. She don't really care about the gun. Like, literally, she act like Boyd cut her head off and she went in there because she the headless horseman and she need her head back. Like, she went so hard about that gun just to literally not bring it up again. I talked earlier about how this show likes to rehash things. I've talked about it quite a bit. I have rehashed how the show likes to rehash, but it's because the show keep rehashing and I got to keep reiterating how they rehash every time they rehash. rehash. So Kenny and Boyd are paired up together, and while they're walking in the woods on their nature walk, Boyd decides to tell Kenny the Parkinson's is getting worse. I got a clock ticking on me. I need to know that when I'm gone or too feeble, you gonna step up. Wait a minute now, child. Why are we here again? Kenny and Boyd have had this motherfucking same convo. Boyd has already had the conversation with Kenny about taking his place and stepping up. Why are we rehashing it? Kenny already knows that this is your wishes. So even if he hasn't agreed, even if he isn't deputy anymore, he already knows that this is your wish. So if something happens to you, I'm pretty sure baby ain't gonna get amnesia. Like, it just irked me so bad. Like, we are on the 9th motherfucking episode of the season. We have better things we could spend runtime on. Why are we rehashing? I want you to take my place. I need you to step up. We already did this. So let's move over to Elgin and Ellis. Of course, Elgin is acting like a true sociopath, pairing the hell up with Ellis. Like, they weren't just... Like, he went out of his way to go pair up with Ellis. Like, when I tell you, child, I'm just like, yo, real sociopath vibes. But the character of Elgin just irks my nerves so bad, because I swear to God, they could have cast a 12-year-old boy to play the character of Elgin and kept everything the same. Literally. He is such a child. It's so obnoxious at this point. The way he even be fiddling and looking down, and his whole demeanor, his little goofy, stupid fucking smile when he's saying stuff, like, he literally comes off as a child. It's very childlike and annoying. And it's not just like some little naivete to him. He is literally just a goofball. Like, there's something missing in his brain. He's a dodo bird. But let's get into Elgin and Ellis. So they're searching together. Of course, Elgin saying his stupid little fodder. And Ellis is saying how I already lost my mom. If something happens to Fatima, like, I can't go through that again. And Elgin's like, you lost your mama was here? But he's acting, when I tell you, Elgin is, this man's wife is missing. And you think you're going to say to him, oh, everything will be fine. And what do you think is going to happen, Elgin? He's going to say, oh, okay, great. I'm so glad you told me that. Now I feel 10 times better. Let's call off the search. She'll be just fine. Like, Elgin, shut the up. But Elgin is trying to tell Ellis, you're not going to lose Fatima. It won't come to that. He's literally a 10-year-old boy. And I feel like Ethan isn't as naive and gullible and idiotic and stupid and rudimentary as Elgin. He's like fiddling with his hand. Elgin. He's fiddling with his hands. He's looking down like a 5-year-old. Like, he's acting so motherfucking suspicious. And he's like, I have to tell you something. On the bus here, I had a dream, and I feel like something was trying to talk to me. What if it this is all happening for a reason? He got this Dumbo smile on his face. What if Fatima is out there right now doing something to help us? The baby and everything. And Elgin, it's like, I don't know. It's like he's in a fairy tale. Like, I don't know. It's just so weird. It's so weird. Who was that? You know how they had the 7 dwarfs, and it was like one of them that was like very childlike and stupid? That's Elgin. But I also feel like Ellis is as useless as I always say he is, because when I tell you this was the biggest neon flashing sign of a red flag, Elgin was acting suspicious as hell. Suspicious as hell. What's that old saying? Sweating like a whore in church? Like, literally, that was Elgin. That was literally Elgin. And Ellis is like, why would this have anything to do with the baby? No, I'm just trying to say, maybe we don't have all the info yet. That's all. I think she's gonna be okay. And Ellis is like, come on, let's just keep looking. And I'm sitting here like, Ellis. Elgin is literally just the dumbest character to enter from. Literally, out of all, even the background little townies, Elgin is dumb. And he's on my nerves. Now, we have Ethan and Jim paired up, but they're literally not searching. Jim takes Ethan to their RV they arrived in. to talk to him about feeling guilty about his sister. Like, baby, your son is safe and fine. Fatima is missing. You can go do this field trip late. Like, y'all, nobody was searching for Fatima. Nobody was searching for Fatima. Jim literally traipsed Ethan over to the RV to tell him a story. And I had to call bullshit on Jim. When Jim goes into the RV with Ethan and he's talking about, I kept thinking we were gonna lose you. You know, when they first come and Ethan is stabbed, Christy working on him. And I'm like, no, sir. Excuse me. This is revisionist history, because actually you were more concerned and focused on Boyd and what he was doing and the people you heard outside the RV. Literally was about to bum rush past Boyd to let the creatures in. And all I could think in that episode was, nigga, you should be worried about your son. Like, the way Jim has revisionist history telling his story to Ethan. But he's trying to get Ethan not to feel bad for telling Julie to go into the ruins. And at the very end of their conversation, the little radio goes off and it's their son. Dad, are you there? Please don't leave me alone here. It's Thomas. And Ethan is like, come on, let's go, Dad. You were right. It's not him. It's not Thomas. And that's them for the rest of the episode. Like, literally didn't search. Like, oh, let's take a detour and go into the RV so I can talk to my son. No, baby. Like, someone is missing. You need to go look for this person. Like, everything just took me out how we literally were not looking. Julie and Tabitha are paired up, and they at least were like looking like they were actually looking and not just traipsing through the woods, because Tabitha actually goes to that little place that, what is it, like the back of like a flatbed truck? Y'all know the container that is Victor's little secret hideaway. Like, at least we like went to look somewhere. But Julie takes this time to tell her mother how she doesn't think she was dreaming. You know, she blacked out in the woods. It was like she went somewhere. And she tells Tabitha about hearing her and Victor in the tunnels and about being alone. But something that was so crazy to me was Tabitha saying, honey, you'll never be alone here. The second she said, I'm like, baby, you said a mouthful. You are absolutely right. She will never be alone here because the From is always there. Now, Tabitha ends up seeing one of them little scallywag and cooey kids. And she's telling Julie, because of course Julie can't see the child. She's like, the little child wants them to follow her. Let's go. And so they just follow. And I pretty much knew that they were about to be led to Fatima. And yep, they were led to the root cellar. But Tabitha starts to go into the cellar. And that something weird that happened with Victor earlier starts to happen when she touches the root cellar. And she tells Julie to stay up top. She goes down. She sees Victor. And Victor goes into, this is where it happened. This is where she left us. I was the reason she died. Tabitha ends up seeing a vision of Victor's mom and the events that happened where she put her kids in a root cellar, said goodbye to Victor and Eloise, sees the mom get attacked in the forest by Smiley, and she's suddenly flipping out. No, that's impossible. She runs out. And I'm just so mad that they got right here, literally right here, and didn't get Fatima. And if I'm the Ankui kid, I'm mad. Like, bitch, I walked you right over to her and you still ain't get her. Like, I walked you right over to her and you still ain't get her. Like, it reminds me of when Elgin came in here and then was finna just walk out and the From had to literally knock. Like, you have to literally map this ish out for these people easy peasy, because they don't be getting it. But the thing that just doesn't make sense to me is Tabitha has touched Victor before. Why are these weird moments suddenly occurring now? Like, that church wasn't the first time she ever touched Victor. Like, why is this happening now? Like, it's just kind of irking me. There's no rhyme or reason for why it's happening now. Like, what is the catalyst? But also, I said if I'm the Nkui kid, I'm annoyed because I just led you to Fatima. But was the Nkui kid leading Tabitha to Fatima, or was the Nkui kid leading Fatima to the cellar and to Victor to unlock this? Like, I'm not clear on that, but I would think the priority would be to lead her to Fatima so the demon baby ain't born. But like I said, the Nkui kids are evil. The boy in white is evil. They on board with wanting this evil demon creature half-breed baby to be born. But this was just for me personally, and I know, I had some people give me hell because I didn't like the last few episodes, but this was a slow, weak episode with everyone paired off, just talking and walking on nature walks in the woods. Like, this is episode 9. Like, your season is about to end. Stuff should be ramping up. It's crazy how as we're getting closer to the finale, the episodes are actually going more downhill. Like, I was way more engaged and liked this season when it started, but it's like we're going downhill. Like, no, it should be the opposite. Like, we should be on a momentum where we're going up and then we end on a high note for the season. I just feel like everything is just so drawn out, redundant. We keep rehashing, going in circles, talking in riddles. A ton of the characters are useless and have nothing to do. The only thing Donna has done this whole season is conveniently pop up on secret conversations and demand to know what's happening and keep saying how she can't take it no more. Like, that's it. That's all she's done all season. I can't take it no more. I can't handle no more. Now, let's get into Elgin and Fatima because I have not touched on them yet. Now, of course, Elgin is holding Fatima, but he says, "You're not a prisoner here." What? Elgin, baby, do you know what a prisoner is? Because this is literally the definition of being a prisoner, holding someone captive against their will and not letting them leave. Baby, that is prisoner 101. Fatima tries to tell Elgin, "I saw that thing that's been talking to you. She's lying. This thing inside me, it isn't good." But I was like, wait a minute. Since when does Fatima know anything about what Elgin has been seeing? How does she know that what she saw is what Elgin has been seeing? But I was literally annoyed. Like, I'm not finna try to talk no sense into him. I'm like, Fatima, if you don't just knock this fool over the head and get the heck up out of here, like, knock the Kool-Aid man over and run out of here. He goes to try to get her to drink blood. And I'm just like, why in the world, Fatima, would you drink this? And I absolutely understand about her having cravings, but the way I would have knocked that out of his hand and like threatened to starve the baby, like, no matter what, fine, I'll starve the baby. Like, I'm not going to be held here and be a part of like feeding this baby and letting it grow strong. We end up seeing Elgin coming back to the root cellar, this little hidden room, after having been gone. And Fatima is trying to break a piece off of the bed for like a weapon. And I'm like, y'all. Elgin comes in. She has successfully broken a piece off. She has it hidden. And Fatima literally looks pregnant now. And Elgin is all, "Oh, look at you. The baby will be here in no time." Like, nigga, this is not a baby shower. Like, why are you acting giddy when the girl literally does not want to be here? Like, he acts so chipper. Like, Elgin is just such a mother freaking doofus. But Fatima goes to be like, "Can you help me get up?" And when he gets close to help her up, her little ruse works. But she literally takes the weapon, slices his hand. She gives him a paper cut on the hand, drops the weapon, and goes to run. And Elgin just grabs her and pulls her back in. Baby, talk about the weakest escape attempt ever on record. We might as well have not even written in her trying to escape. This was literally the weakest escape attempt. I would have preferred if she had an actual escape attempt. Stab him in the neck, slice his face, have something where he has to now go in front of the town for people to be like, "Hey, what happened to your face?" Like, this was the weak, like, it wasn't an escape attempt. Now, once Fatima is left alone, we end up seeing her, she like falls to the ground moaning in pain. And once she does, she finds this trap door that's covered in dirt, but she can't seem to get the trap door open. She keeps trying to pull it open. She sees the dead kimono lady pop up. She's like, "Stay away from me." So the dead kimono lady comes over to Fatima, pushes her down on the bed, puts her hand over Fatima's mouth. So the dead kimono lady is trying to keep Fatima quiet so that Tabitha, Victor, them do not hear her in here. And this annoyed the hell out of me. You know how you watch a movie and you get like the lore, the rules of the universe that movie is building, or TV show? I feel like I don't like for a movie or a TV show, a story, whatever, to just kind of make its rules up as it goes. How in the world, like, what are the rules and scope of the power of From and these creatures? How in the world is the dead kimono lady something that only Elgin can see and nobody else? Like, only Fatima can see? Like, how is the dead kimono lady something that other people can't see, but she can physically put her hand over Fatima's mouth and hold her down? That annoyed me. That annoyed me so bad. And also annoyed because it didn't, how strong is the lady? Because it didn't really feel like Fatima was fighting. You know how you see something, somebody being held down and they flailing their arms and they trying to hit the person and they jerking, they trying to like get, I'm just like, girl, what are you doing? But y'all already know how I feel. Overall, I thought this episode sucked. I thought it was terrible. Like, we're on episode 9. What are we doing? I was watching this and about 25 minutes in, I just was like, this episode is such a waste of time. Like, we're at the end of the season. Where's the action? Why are all the events, why do they keep happening in the daytime? Where are the creatures? Where is the threat? Where are the stakes? Like, it's just irking me. And something else that's irking me is my man Jade. Jade, if y'all don't give him something productive to do, Jade, I love Jade. But Jade done made his own bottle tree. How exactly is this supposed to help? Like, how? He explains to Henry how it's supposed to help, and I still ain't understand. It still ain't make no sense to me. While he is hanging bottles in a tree, he sees Christopher and Jasper on the roof, and Jasper growls at him. Why the hell we parking Jasper back up? We found out Jasper was, after we went on all this stuff with Jasper, he wasn't even the one talking to Christopher. It's the boy in white. So why is Jasper here growling the hell at Jade? But Henry pops up with his I drink and I know things ass. Jay didn't know that Fatima was missing. He heard the bell, but you know, Jay being his own little world. So Henry goes to be like, you want to come help me look? I was hoping we could talk about Victor because he feels like Victor and Jay are pretty much hand in hand. And long story short, because it's just honestly not even really worth rehashing it all, Henry wants kind of some advice. What would you want your father to say to you? Like, I don't even know how to talk to Victor. And Jay goes to tell him, you're trying to figure out how to fix him. You can't fix him because he's not broken. He's a product of what this place has made him. And Jay just go walk off. Like, I'm finna go back to the bar because at least there I can pretend I'm being productive. Because again, they just literally taking a stroll in the damn woods talking about they searching for Fatima. But something of note to take away from this interaction is Jay never met his dad. Who is Jay's dad? Like, is that going to come into play in any shape, way, or form? But thank you so much for being here. Thank you if you have been here since episode 1. Thank you for being here if you are just discovering me on this video. And shout out to all of the subscribers, everyone supporting the channel. From is coming to an end. Like I said, we will be doing the Sunday 2:15 p.m. Central watch along of the From season finale. I will also be following the series Silo season 2 as well as the new HBO Dune series. Those are the 2 series that I will be following. So just hop on over from to Dune and Silo. I already have my episode 1 video up on Silo. Please make sure you go over and support that. And if you were not here for season 1 of Silo, I do have a 20-minute everything you need to know wrap up on season 1 of Silo, so you can get all caught up and jump on in the game. Because trust me, Silo is the mystery that Fromily wishes it was. Silo knows how to do a mystery. It knows how to not lay everything out, spell it out for the audience. It ended on a cliffhanger, but it's satisfying. It gives you conclusions, answers, it unfolds, it keeps mystery, it keeps questions. Like, baby, Silo know how it's done. Okay, but thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.